This is the True American Podcast. I'm your host. I want to talk to you today about something that Dr. Ricky Jones, he's the chairman of the Pan-African Studies Department at the University of Louisville. And if there's anyone who I have, a good many strong, deep political disagreements with, it's Dr. Ricky Jones. And please note that I refer to him as Dr. Ricky Jones out of respect. Even though I have disagreements with him, strong disagreements with him, I still need to respect him. He's still a doctor. And so I got to respect that fact, and I always will. And I say that because the black left and their white so-called allies, they more often than not do not show respect for people. I can understand engaging in a little name-calling here and there, but those people, they just take it to a whole nother level. They just go to extreme levels. But it's sort of typical of folks when they don't have an argument, they just engage in character assassination. But I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do, though, is talk about a tweet that Dr. Jones recently put out. I think it was either last night or early this morning. And within that tweet, he made a very telling comment. He said, typical, and I quote, Kentucky black passivity. Quote, he said, typical, quote, Kentucky black passivity. And I had heard that Dr. Ricky Jones had made other comments where he referred to bygone era black community organizers and leaders and visionaries as passive. They were very, very passive. They just sort of said, well, we're being mistreated. We're being denied this or that. And we were too passive. So we're just going to let it happen. It's all good. We don't want to upset nobody. And I just wanted to go on record saying now and saying very clearly, that's a bunch of nonsense. That's just flat out a bunch of nonsense. I don't know what you're looking at. I don't know who you're referring to, Dr. Jones. But I really would appreciate it, given a man of your training, academic training, that you start naming names. Who are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Lake and Cosby? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Ben Richmond? I mean, who are you talking about? Are you talking about the brothers the brother Charles Stanley who founded the Louisville Defender? Were you talking about the other defenders of the three black newspapers at one time? I mean, the other publishers of the three black newspapers at one time existed in Louisville, Kentucky. I mean, who are you talking about? You talking about John Johnson? Who are you talking about? Aubrey Williams? I mean, who are you talking about? No, really, who are you talking about? Georgia Powers? May Street Kid? I mean, who are you talking about? Who are these typical Kentucky black pacifists? Passives. Not pacifists, but passives. Who just sat back and said, oh, woe was me. I'm getting my booty kicked. I ain't going to do nothing. I'm just going to sit here and let my booty get kicked. I mean, who are you talking about? Name names, brother. Doctor. Name names. Because we definitely want to engage in a conversation, a rational, evidence-based conversation with you around that. We definitely want to do that. Name names. Who are they? This is a True American Podcast. I'm your host.